Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my new YouTube video.
I've made a severe and continuous.
Today, we're going to be learning about Alzheimer. Okay, so just in case if you don't know what Alzheimer is, well, Alzheimer is the most common form of dementia. It is a form of memory loss. It's like that device in Men in Black where poof, your memory is gone. Well, it isn't that simple really. We'll be explaining it later in the video, I promise. Well, unlike the memory device from Men in Black, where you get instant memory loss with a click of a button, you will instead get progressive memory loss with Alzheimer's, which typically involve parts of the brain that control your thoughts, memories, and language, so people with Alzheimer's may have trouble conversing with people. How many people are affected by Alzheimer's? Well, for the data in this website, reviewed on October 26 of 2020, about 5.8 million people in the United States have Alzheimer's. If you do the calculations, that's about 1.7% of the population. Well, you also have to keep in mind that most of the people affected by Alzheimer's are the older population, which is a fraction of the population in the United States. Well, who is affected by Alzheimer's disease? Well, as previously stated, generally, people in the senior years would have a higher chance of experiencing Alzheimer's. Well, younger people could get Alzheimer's, but it's generally less common because on how Alzheimer's disease works, which is a nice segue to the next part of the video. Well, do you know how brains work? Brains function by billions of neurons transmitting tiny electrical signals to different parts of the brain. Then it could transmit instructions to your body, like your arms and legs, to move around, or like how your fingers would move, or and how you would walk, basically everything. Alzheimer's disrupts the communication from the neurons, resulting in a loss of function from the neurons, thus killing the neurons. So just in case you do not know how bad it is for the brain, because since we require neurons to think and move, if neurons die, that means it will be heavily limit our ability to think and move. There are several ways Alzheimer's can be caused. One way is when a person has Alzheimer's disease, toxic will change their brain and will destroy its balance. This may occur years even before any symptoms of dementia occurs. Scientists believe that the process involves two specific proteins like beta amyloid and tau, respectively, which becomes toxic to the brain for an unknown reason. Over time, tau accumulates inside the neuron, building up and clogging up the cell, which makes it harder for the cell to activate. And the beta amyloid accumulates between the points where neurons connect, which wouldn't be a bad thing, except this process slowly accumulates through the brain, affecting millions upon millions of neurons, which gradually cause Alzheimer's. Another way Alzheimer's could be caused is from blood vessels, the vascular system, failing to deliver enough blood and nutrients to support the brain, which in turn will lack the sugar and glucose to power the brain. That makes the brain more than it's set up a chain reaction where chronic inflammation starts in microglial cells and another cell. Astrocytes would react to the microglial inflammation. Eventually, the neurons will lose the ability to communicate, which makes them die, beginning from the hippocampus, the area of the brain that helps with learning and memory. Then later, more parts of the brain die and people lose the ability to make decisions, think, and lose their memories, etc. Well, from listening to what I just said so far into this documentary, you're probably wondering, how can we possibly solve this problem? Well, luckily, scientists have a way to cure this mental illness. They are having cures done to help with dementia, and there is now a drug, like the acetylcholine sterase inhibitor, acetylcholine sterase inhibitor drug, which prevents the enzymes from breaking down the acetylcholine in the brain breaking down the acetylcholine in the brain, which is a substance that helps nerves communicate with each other in the brain. Other forms of treatments are like therapy for the vascular system, which could be improved by decreasing stress, drinking herbal teas like black or green tea, doing more cardiovascular exercise, such as taking a jog, or doing jumping jacks, glucose metabolism, inflammation, which both could be easily treated by exercising regularly, and avoiding saturated fat and maintaining a good sleep schedule. Here's an example of someone who has Alzheimer, Evelyn Thomas. He has Alzheimer from a concussion he had. There was blood flowing from his head, so it would be hard to get sufficient blood to be formed in the brain, which makes it have many neurons dead from the lack of blood. So after the blood treatment, the neurons are still dead, so he did some exercise to help with that, some treatment. So he did some treatment by watching like stress relieving videos. He has some exercise. He improved by doing some therapy, by drinking some, like, for example, drinking some herbal teas like black tea or green tea, or like taking a jog, or like doing jumping jacks, and even avoiding saturated fat and maintaining a good sleep. Through the span of 6 months, he has recovered from his dementia. Another example of someone of Alzheimer is Samuel Peterson. He is a 52-year-old and started to develop signs of Alzheimer. They have discovered that there has been these two proteins, beta amyloid and tau, which accumulates throughout his neurons. They solved this by giving him some medicine, specifically some acetylcholine steroids, and he took these every day, which slowly helped him recover his Alzheimer, and boom, yay, he's happy. He has memories now. Wow, I'm so happy for him. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching.